Do you wave your terrible towel when Renegade plays? Reach for a tasty cake when JJ shouts, "He scores!" Does the sound of an F1 engine make your heart race? Doing push-ups with a Nittany Lion after a TD? Then lend us an ear, and we will share the exhilaration of Steelers football, the excitement of Flyers hockey, the nail-biting finishes of F1, and the pride when we yell, "We are Penn State." Welcome to the SteelFlyers show, the strangest combination of sports fandom since pineapple was put on pizza.
Welcome to the SteelFlyers show, and boy, have we got a good one lined up for you today. We're going to do a little preview show here with the Steelers and the Bengals are playing Monday night, and so we want to kind of get a little bit of, let's go over a couple little things here about what's going on with the game. How about if we go with an injury report, go with some keys to victory, and we'll talk about some other, things maybe that could be relevant to the game, maybe. What do you guys think? Okay, so let's get into the injury report. First of all, we'll deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Allen, quarterback, did not practice both days, Thursday and Friday, because of a knee. So we're not sure. He might be a questionable. So that's going to be an interesting situation going on there with, especially with them losing Joe Burrow for the rest of the year there with the injury I think it was during the Pittsburgh game actually that he did that injury. So that's not going to make it good for them. It's going to be a pretty long day. So they also did have their Mike Daniels was not injury related. He did not practice on Thursday, but he was back on full practice on Friday. Same thing with AJ Green, was on the not injury related list and was able to have a full practice as well. So that bodes well for Cincinnati. Logan Wilson, their linebacker with an ankle, did not practice on Friday and Thursday. Limited practice for Brandon Wilson, the safety with a hamstring, on Thursday and Friday as well. Bobby Hart, their offensive tackle with a back injury, limited practice on Thursday and then full practice on Friday. And Xavier, their guard, Finger, was full practice on Thursday and Friday. So Cincinnati seems like they're going to have, with the exception of their quarterback and their linebacker there, who did not practice again on Friday. So we'll have to see how things go. There's still going to be, because it's a Monday night game, so they're going to probably have another practice today, Saturday, and then maybe they'll have walkthroughs on Sunday, and however they're going to go from there. You know what I mean? So that's the injury report for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's go into the Pittsburgh Steelers injury report. And at the beginning of the week, looked a little long. We had quite a lot of people still dealing with things. We may get Vince Williams, I think, might still be out because of COVID list. So he's not listed on the injury report per se, but we might not get him back either. Joe Hayden, concussion. He did come back to a full practice on Friday after missing, I believe, the last two games with that. James Conner was limited practice on Friday with his quadriceps. That's okay. Ben Roethlisberger, listed on the injury report as not injury related, was back at a full practice on Friday. Look, we know he's kind of dealing with a tweaked knee. Joe Hayden, the cornerback, that's going to be great seeing him back. That we really, really are going to need that. Kevin Dodson with the shoulder. That seems like that might be a little bit more serious, seeing as how he did not practice on Thursday and Friday. So that might mean he might be out. So, and Feeler was put on the injured reserve this past week as well too. So that we're down some linemen here. Okay, and when we're trying to get the running game rolling, that's not a good thing when you're down a lineman. Okay, so I'm happy to see that Chucks is not on this list. He was on the list at the beginning of the week. That was another blow as well, too. So I'm really happy to see that the list is as short as it is normally, and the fact that we're getting Sean Davis coming back, and we're also getting Joe Hayden coming back. So that's going to be some good things for us as well, too. So, okay, look. I did a reaction show a little while ago here about our loss to the Buffalo Bills, and that's 2 losses in a row now, one to the Washington team and now one to Buffalo. Pittsburgh can ill afford to be doing these kinds of losses. In my opinion, this is my 2 cents, Pittsburgh needs to win at least the next 2 games, because this game coming up is against Cincinnati. If there's all kinds of scenarios going on and stuff like that, but if Pittsburgh wins this game against Cincinnati, then I believe that's the division. If Cleveland loses, or no, I think even if Cleveland wins, as long as Pittsburgh beats Cincinnati on Monday night, then we win the division. Okay, so that's at least not a wild card seed, at least. So that's good. Winning is always good, right? Winning is always good, yeah. The defense has been breaking a little bit more than bending because we've been missing some key players, especially up the middle in the linebacker core. And with guys not coming back yet, Spillane's still not going to be back yet, maybe not till the playoffs. And look, I have every confidence in the world in Highsmith. He has been playing lights out since he's been on the field. And as he gets more time on the field, he just gets better and better. I'm really high on this kid. I really think he's a good linebacker. I think he's really going to be something good for Pittsburgh down the road, especially if you mesh him with Bush, and you get everybody back, and you get TJ back there, and then we're going to have to find somebody to come in and replace Bud. So maybe Williamson will be that person, or maybe Vince will be that person, or maybe those 2 guys will rotate out, or whatever the case is going to be. But I do like the linebacking core. Once we're healthy, hey, got to get healthy at first. But that's going to be the key right there, I think, for us. I also think the key for us on this game here is going to be that right there. The Steelers need to concentrate on making sure that the linebackers are staying in their zones and pressing when they need to, and then staying at home when they need to, and not biting on those outsides and things like that, because that's what Cincinnati is going to try and do. They're going to try and spread us out and try to go up the middle with us, because that's where the Steelers' weaknesses is right now, because of the linebackers being new and things of that nature. Also, with Joe Hayden being out, that was kind of a bit of an issue there too. So now Joe Hayden's back. Yay! So that's going to help to, put the lid on the top there, so that they won't be able to go up over the top on us as much as they've been trying to the last 2 games with him being out. So I really think that Pittsburgh needs to win this game. If they do not win this game, then there is way more going on here, and I think there needs to be some serial red flags. Yes, I said cereal, and I'm talking about puffed rice. Look, in my reaction show, I was overcritical, but I feel that the Steelers are not putting themselves in situations to be successful, and I feel that the coaching staff is not putting the team in situations to be successful, not putting the right players on the field at the right time, and things of that nature. We're talking about situational football here, and we're failing at situational football here, Mike. What? Help me out here, buddy. We need to be able to run the ball very well. And in order to run the ball very well, that will allow us to pass the ball very well. I would like to see Ben taking shots down the field with the receivers that we have. Okay? The offensive coordinator came out and said that was going to be a part of practice this week. Look, in the last 12 days, Pittsburgh has not had very much practice time. They've not had very much rest at all, and they've played 3 games in those 12 days. And of those 3 games, they are 1-2. So all things considered, and we lost to a pretty good Buffalo Bills team, and we lost to a Washington team that was playing really well with Alex Smith. Okay, so we still have time. We still can right the ship. Not that the ship was really off. The ship was off course for a little bit, but I think we can take care of things here and do these next couple of wins, because the next game is Cincinnati, then the game after that is Indianapolis, and then we wrap up against the Browns. I would like to be able to be resting players for the Browns and have that game be one of the irrelevant games, unless we lose the game to Indianapolis. If we lose the game to Indianapolis, then I don't want to see anybody resting. I want to see everybody out there playing. That's just my opinion. Okay, so there you go. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. In my opinion, I believe that the Steelers need to be able to effectively run the ball once we can see them run the ball, then we can think about making pass plays. I would also like to see the number of passes that the 38-year-old surgically repaired elbowed quarterback should be throwing less passes instead of more passes. I want to try to, I would think that you would want to try to save him for the playoffs or for other games later in the year and not be putting this huge load on him now. Just my opinion. Just calling it like I see it. As an amateur observationist, it's very difficult to try to hold things back sometimes. So I'm doing my best. But good game for the Steelers, I think. I think Pittsburgh can take this. It's not going to be the most pretty game, but this will be a good game for Pittsburgh to get back on fire with, if we could say that. Yeah, that would be a good one, because let's face it, Cincinnati doesn't have a very good record, and they were never going to be in any kind of contention this year anyway, but this would be a good chance for Pittsburgh to get their swag back on, get their groove, get whatever they need to get, whatever. You've had, enough days now, or you've had a little bit of rest, you've had some time to recuperate a little bit. Let's come out swinging. I want to see the first two possessions of Pittsburgh be at least 3 points or touchdown. The first two possessions of Pittsburgh needs to either be 3 points or a touchdown, or this is going to be a long game. Okay? And I really hope that's not the case. So we're hanging in. Okay, and we're looking forward to a win here. This might be one of them 24-22 games or 24-21 games or 24-17 games. It might be one of them. I don't care as long as we get the big W. Anyway, on that note, we're going to say that we really think Pittsburgh's going to win this one. We really need Pittsburgh to win this one, and we're really hoping for a win on this one. So with that, folks, we're going to say stay safe, stay strong, and hang tough.